Our top story this hour, an about-face for Facebook. Canada's Privacy Commissioner says the social networking site will beef up its privacy controls. Last month, Ottawa ruled Facebook was contravening the nation's Private Sector Privacy Act. Facebook has more than 200 million users. 12 million of those users are right here in Canada. That's about a third of our population. So they'll be wanting to know what the changes mean for them. Brian Jackson can help us out here. He's a writer in Toronto with itbusiness.ca. So, Brian, what did Facebook change to address some of the concerns of the Privacy Commissioner?
Well, actually, they haven't changed a whole lot yet. The Privacy Commissioner has been investigating this for about a year, and last month they said, okay, you've done pretty well making a few changes, but we still want to see a lot more done, at least 4 things done. And Facebook now has replied to the Commissioner, and they're saying that they are committing to make those changes, but it's going to take, in fact, another year to see all of that happen. So one of the things that they're doing is changing the way they're working with third-party developers. So a lot of people like to use Scrabble or maybe make a list of their favorite movies on Facebook, for example. Those are not applications that Facebook controls, but rather somebody else has written for Facebook.
And what was it? Why did the Privacy Commissioner feel that these changes were necessary?
Yeah, well, originally a group called CBC, which is based at the University of Ottawa, filed a complaint against Facebook. So the Privacy Commissioner was actually obligated to investigate on that. And when they did, they found that Facebook had a few privacy violations in terms of the main problem being it wasn't being totally transparent with its users about what it was doing with your information. And you know, even if you didn't agree to certain things on Facebook, you still ran the risk of having your information shared with third-party developers that you might not even be aware of.
Have they given any explanation as to why it's going to take a whole year to implement some of these changes? It doesn't sound all that complicated.
Right. Well, in a call earlier today with Facebook, it sounds like they might not even be sure about what is required to make this new system. But you've got to realize there's a million Facebook developers around the world, and when they implement this new platform, they're going to have to make some technology changes, and when they do that, they have to get people, these developers around the world, to also make changes and adapt their applications so everything still works.
And what kind of precedent do you think this establishes for other social networking sites in terms of what they can do and what they can't do?
Well, I hope that it does establish a precedent and that other social networking sites look at Facebook as sort of setting the standard now for what's expected. Facebook is the most popular social networking site in Canada by far, but certainly not the only one. And hopefully other social networking sites will be proactive about changing their privacy practices now rather than waiting for something similar to happen, for the law to intervene even.
So it was Canada's Privacy Commissioner that looked into this, and Facebook has said that they will implement these changes, but will it affect Facebook users around the world?
Yes, it will. There's no Canadian site for Facebook. There's just one worldwide site for Facebook. So the changes they're making will be in effect around the world.
And these were changes that the Canadian Privacy Commissioner made to them. So it's interesting that they would feel the need to just adhere to our laws, because the laws can be different in various countries, right?
Well, that's true. But I think what Facebook is hoping is that by working with the Privacy Commissioner, and they have been fairly cooperative in having an ongoing dialogue, is that they'll avoid similar procedures around the world now. And by doing this, you know, they're in the clear, and their users might feel more comfortable in using their information on Facebook still.
Just to be devil's advocate here for a second, though, if you're, you know, it's voluntary to become a member of Facebook, you should perhaps expect that some of your information be public. There are safeguards where you can say, I don't want this to be public, I don't want this, and you can kind of click off and all that. So, you know, should Facebook really be forced to be making some of these changes?
Well, you raise a good point. I mean, people go on Facebook not to hoard their information, but to share it with others, right? So you've got to expect that when you're putting your information online, other people are going to see it. But what's at issue is Facebook being totally transparent about what they're doing with your information, And, you know, a lot of even young people today especially have the impression that when they post something to Facebook, it's just being shared with a small group of friends and not with the entire world, which is not always the case. So people just have to be aware of what's happening with their information.
Brian Jackson, good to speak to you about this today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.